Oh dear, the weather today. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another fantastically well planned video. I did not check the forecast before I came out today and it's torrential rain, so it's going to be a bit of a difficult one to film, but while I'm just waiting for this to ease off, hopefully you'll indulge me with a little bit of a chit chat. Life has just been wild recently. It's been absolutely insane. And I don't mean to complain because it's kind of been a dream come true, really. We've had a load of work done on the house and it's been great. It's been 20 days. So today is the 27th. Work started on the 7th and we've had loads of plastering done and I'm so excited. We've had a proper wood burner, like a log stove, I can't talk, installed, and it's just great. But it does mean that we've been working basically out of the kitchen. Work has been incredibly stressful as well. There's been so much going on at work, really, really long days. And then the evenings just painting, you know, till like 1 or 2 a.m. or decorating or sorting. But we're just about there now, which is fantastic. And like I say, I don't mean to complain because it's dream come true stuff, but it does mean that the plot has been very neglected. And the original plan today was to show you around, just look at all the failures and everything that's gone wrong, because there's no shortage of that. And then hopefully whip it back into shape. I brought the trimmer up, but this weather is going to make it very difficult. Bloody hell. But we'll try, we'll give it a go. So I'm going to wait for the rain to ease off and then we'll take a little, take a little peek. Oh, what's going on outdoors? Right, okay, what is going on out here? The paths are just crazy. I always talk about this and whether or not I'm going to keep these grass paths, I don't know. But if you let them go, they just, boom, explode. First bed, not the end of the world. We've got so many tomatoes coming up. Volunteer tomatoes. There's still spring onions I'm occasionally harvesting. Some carrots, not many. The lettuce is doing really well. I've got some huge lettuce in here. I've taken quite a few of those home as well, but the slugs are doing a lot of slug damage to them. The slugs, you know what I mean. The slugs are really eating those and going wild. Beetroot, looking pretty healthy actually. There's nettles everywhere, always getting stung. The potatoes, I think the first earlies might be ready. They're starting to die back a little bit. Oh, the rain's eased off. Thank goodness. The King Edwards, the main crop, they're growing really weird. I don't know if they always do this, but they're really erect. They're really like leggy almost. And I don't know what is going on with those. It's just, there's a lot going on. This bed, we've got so much slug damage to the courgettes. I did pull my first courgette harvest off here just yesterday, which is very cool. The other two are not doing much. They're really stunted, loads of slug damage on those, which isn't great. Onion bed, looking okay. But let's talk about onion white rot. It's hit in a big way. So, the garlic bed. I'm a bit gutted because I really wanted to do a video on pulling the garlic. It's kind of common on YouTube, the garlic reveal. You know, it's something that you wait for so long. And it's really exciting getting to see what has been going on under the ground. But what's been going on under the ground here is not good. I was always worried that onion white rot was on this plot, and it turns out it definitely is in a big way. Garlic is one of the most susceptible alliums to garlic white rot, and pretty much all of this has got a decent chunk of it. Some of the bulbs are still usable. The elephant garlic in particular seems to have done well, and as well the extra early white, which I planted in January, maybe because it wasn't in the ground for so long, might be okay. But I've not done a great job of curing these either. I really need to sort through them properly and see what can be salvaged, but most of it is completely unusable. Real shame. I was really looking forward to garlic. It's one of the things I've been most looking forward to growing. But just one of those things. People say there are some ways to kind of combat onion white rot, but it feels like a bit of a death sentence for growing alliums on this plot. I've tried that. We'll see how the actual onions are doing. They look healthy on top, but you never know what's going on underneath. One of those things. Win some, you lose some. If you don't mind, I would love to ask a favour. Whenever you take a break from YouTube, if you miss a video or two from a regular schedule, the algorithm hates it and people stop getting shown your videos, even if they're subscribed or anything like that. So I would really appreciate it if you could drop me a like, make sure you're subscribed, and drop me a comment as well. That really helps with engagement. And if you could let me know about your garden failures, if you've had anything that's gone wrong in your garden this year, that would make me feel a little bit better, I think. And it's just great for other people to kind of talk about those failures a little bit more, and you know, it gives everyone a little bit of reassurance that things go wrong and it's okay. Here's a good one. Do you remember a few episodes ago me triumphantly setting up my Nettle Tea station using this old water butt? Well, I forgot there's a reason that this water butt wasn't in use, and that's because there is a massive hole around the tap, and what it's meant is that Nettle Tea has just leaked out. But I did catch it quite early one day when I came up, so I've put a little tray down and this has been giving me basically a little Nettle Tea harvest. And look at these, definitely not Coke. Looks a little bit like it, but you know, we've got a good little bit of Nettle Tea here, which is really good for all my leafy crops. So there are some things to be smiling about and happy about. Didn't go to plan, but I managed to salvage something from it. I haven't really got time to look at everything properly in detail, but I will say the brassica bed is doing pretty okay. The purple sprouting broccoli has exploded, which really put a smile on my face. It's so nice to see something doing really well. The cabbages, not so much, a lot of slug damage. One thing I have experimented with in here is mulching with grass from the paths to try and keep weeds down. And I found that all it's really done is massively increased how much damage is done to that plant by the slugs and the snails, which I assume use the mulch to kind of harbour in, you know, they stay there and it gives them protection. I've pulled some lettuce from here, it's doing really well. I think, need to wait for a dry spell and get some neem oil on here, because it looks like there's just starting to be a little bit of cabbage whitefly damage, which is very common, but certainly not the end of the world. So that's something to smile about. Let's talk about the strawberries, which is not something to smile about. The strawberry bed. I have no idea what has happened here, but something has gone wrong. All of my strawberries taste awful. They either have like a horrible dry, bitter taste, or they're just kind of watery like supermarket ones. And last year, these very same plants gave me a pretty decent crop, so I do not know what has gone on. There's some on here that are ripe at the moment, and I'm kind of loath to try them. They are so, it's like they've turned fully red, but it's like you're eating them green. It's like they're completely unripe or something. I don't know what has gone on with this. If you've ever experienced anything like this, please do let me know. The actual quantity of strawberries isn't bad. They're putting out quite a few. And the first few handfuls that I had were really nice, but something has gone wrong. And that's just the traditional big strawberries. That's not even mentioning these alpine strawberries, which I was so excited about. These are like wild strawberries. They're meant to be like a delicacy. They're only little, but they're meant to be so sweet. That one's actually one of the better ones, but very tart, just not enjoyable. I mean, this whole bed, it just feels like a disaster. I'm really upset about the alpine strawberries, especially because I grew those from seed last year. I really nurtured them. It's taken 2 years to come to fruition, and they're just bloody horrible. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with these. I might rip them all out and start again. I don't know. I've given them a little bit of kind of tomato fertilizer in the hopes that that might help them set fruit a little bit, but other than that, not done much. So stumped, absolutely stumped. You might be wondering why this is such a scene of devastation, but it just kind of speaks to how I've just been trying to do little bits really quickly. So this is the L-shaped bed, which I had great plans for. It was going to be the squash bed, the cucumber bed, and it's the weed bed and the slug bed. I've put in some of the calendula and the pot marigolds, and the pot marigolds are doing okay, but the French marigolds got absolutely eaten straight away. I've got one successful squash plant coming on. This looks okay, but I've lost two completely. They're completely just swallowed by slugs. A little bit of space in here, and I'm gonna put some more in. I do have two. Here are the other two squash plants. So I'm gonna pop one in here and one in here. That needs a good weed, and you might be able to tell, probably not, there's some cucumbers that I put in down here. I put in one there, and one at the back. Maybe not the best spot for them because of the shade. I was still hopeful. They're market more, they're a good outdoor cucumber. They did really well for me last year. One of them completely eaten by slugs. And the other two, I think because of the slug damage, they've just, you know, stopped. They're kind of in stasis. Plan was to string them up along all these wires. Oh, the honeysuckle's in flower, that's nice. Apple trees, they look good. There's still things to smile about. I don't even know where to go next. Let's talk about the garlic bed again. So for the second time, I am once again asking for your help because I hadn't really planned ahead and I didn't realise that this bed would become free quite so soon. So I would love to hear your suggestions for things that I could be planting in here. You know, some late June, early July sowing. Is there anything that might give me a decent crop? I'm not sure. I need to run because the rain is starting again, but any help greatly appreciated. Okay, we've run away to the greenhouse. So chaotic today, absolutely no plan. I think what I'm gonna do now is just brave the weather, put my coat on, stop filming, get going with the strimmer, see if I can knock the plot into a little bit of a better shape. I keep looking around and seeing other bits that I've forgotten to talk about. There's so much to catch up on with you guys because it's been so long since I did a proper update. And I haven't even thought about the garden at home. There's loads to talk about there, but maybe for another video. So I'm gonna get the strimmer on, see if I can make an impact. And then hopefully the rain will ease off. I can do a little bit of a before and after. And then maybe we'll call it for a day and I can catch my breath. It's good fun, isn't it? It's all fun and games. So the plot's had a really good trim. It's looking a lot better already. The original plan before I saw the weather was to have some really nice before and after shots. I'm not sure if I've got them. There's such chaotic energy in today's video, I'm sure. But I think it went okay actually. I've had a smile on my face while I've been out here looking at everything, and for the most part I've been able to find some positives. In this bed we've got some squashes planted. Hopefully they'll do better than what I planted in here that was completely eaten by slugs. They're a lot bigger, you know, I kept these on in 1 litre pots and they got to a much bigger size, so hopefully they'll be able to ward off attacks. It's a big bag of rubbish, which is just home to so many slugs and snails, which I think is why this one got eaten so bad. There's so much more for me to do. I need to look through the garlic, see if anything is salvageable. I need to give the brassica bed especially a good weed, but all the beds could do with a weed. But for now, I think I'm gonna stop filming because my hay fever is getting really bad. What's in store for next week's video? I've got no idea. We might be back up the plot saying, oh no, it's all gone wrong again. Or we might be saying it's great and I was able to get on top of it all. Or we might be back at the garden. There's so much to catch up on because I've been so busy. And the garden is actually looking quite nice. We've had some successes. So either way, thank you ever so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please do comment, like, subscribe, engage with the video to let YouTube know that I'm back, basically, so it can start showing my videos around again. Thank you ever so much, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.